How's it going? My name is Zuby. I am a rapper, an independent label owner, and many other things.
You're Oxford educated.
Yeah.
How do you go from being Oxford educated to an urban rapper?
There's no drawing the line. I fell in love with hip hop when I was in my teens, when I was in school. When I got to university, fell in love with it a little bit deeper, discovered I had a little bit of a rapping talent. It started as a hobby, just got bigger, got better at it, started it taking more and more seriously. Eventually released my first album when I was in the second year at university, which did really well as an independent album, and just carried it on from there. That really, created a platform for me, created a little bit of buzz for me, and I've just built it up independently from there.
You're very self-motivated when it comes to promoting yourself, and that's taking you to places like Germany, USA, and to Saudi Arabia, which seems so you're English-born, is where your origins come from. What was it like touring Saudi Arabia?
So I grew up in Saudi Arabia. I lived there for a large amount of my life. I did about 4 or 5 gigs when I was out there. A couple of those were in some of the high schools over there. Another few, some of the youth centers and some of the kind of social clubs there, and it was cool. I mean, out in Saudi, it was kind of an expat community, so you've got people from all over the world. You've got Americans, Brits, people from Saudi, people from other areas in the Middle East. So it's a real big range of people. But it went down really well out there. People enjoyed the music and people were feeling what I was doing, so it was positive.
And what about the USA and Germany?
So I did a show out in Chicago. That was awesome. Germany, to date, that's still one of the best gigs I've ever done. I only did 2 tracks, so it was a little bit of a short show, but it was amazing. The love for hip-hop they've got out there, it just makes me want to. I love the UK, but I'm, once I've conquered this place, my next stop is definitely Europe, man. Mainland Europe. There's so much love for the music and the culture out there.
Your album Unknown Celebrity came out on your own label, CoEm. What can you tell us about CoEm?
CoEm stands for courtesy of myself. So when you look in a record sleeve and it says so-and-so artist appears courtesy of this label, so-and-so appears courtesy of this label. I was like, what? When I first started, I was at the stage where I didn't understand the industry and how everything works like I do now. I was, did initially try to take that route of, knocking on people's doors, sending stuff out to people, sending demos and all that stuff. And it wasn't really getting the traction that I wanted it to. Looking back on it in hindsight, I wasn't as developed as an artist as I am now, so probably I was doing all that a little bit too early. But I've learned, you can build your own pathway. I've had a lot of success independently, obviously retaining all my creative control and aspects like that. And it's been such a big learning process. So courtesy of myself, that's just saying, everything I've done, this whole thing, it's really coming from one person.
And how's your record label progressed since you started it with that album?
Yeah. So at the moment it is still just the label I use for my own releases. Eventually, once I've got myself to stage that I'm aiming for, and I feel like I'm in a position to, put my hand down and help, bring other people up to a higher level, then, looking further down the long term, that's something I would absolutely love to do. I don't want to just be a rapper, I want to get involved in other aspects and to help other people once I'm got myself where I need to be.
You recently filmed a video for Coming At Ya. What was it like for you filming a music video, and especially one like that where it's in such an open environment like one of the banks of London?
To be honest, it was very natural. It was like, it's something you learn from performing. You learn how to kind of block out everything around you. So actually when I was did that video, obviously we did it in one take, so that was just one continuous 4-minute shot. In terms of me doing it, to be honest, it wasn't actually that hard. I just did it. Now I go back and look at the video and see how many people were actually like looking at me and going, whoa, what's going on here? But I just zone in, and if I'm focused on something, I just do it.
You weren't nervous or conscious about it then at the time?
I don't care, man. I don't care. I had a job to do and I did it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now you're through to the semi-finals of the Surface Festival in London. What can you tell us about that competition and the festival?
Okay, so it's a quick overview. It's an international music festival / competition. I think they do it in about 20 different locations in 4 or 5 countries. So it mainly involves bands and band-based music. So actually going into it as a rapper, it's one of those things I kind of signed up for just as a, you know, why the heck not? Let's see what happens. You know, I didn't really expect to even get as far as I've gotten at this stage. But yeah, I mean, it's been good. Like the last gig I had, which was in Camden, I was actually the only solo artist and the only rapper on the bill. So it was kind of band, Zuby, band. So you know, I did kind of come on stage and people, you know, it looked a bit weird. But you know, people enjoyed it, man. People enjoyed it. You know, 2 minutes in, you know, I saw the heads bouncing, I saw the heads going up. So you know, people embraced it, and I think if you can win over a crowd like that, then once you've got a crowd which is actually already into your music, then you know, it's a breeze.
Yeah. You're also performing at the Hastily Fest in Devon on the 29th of July. What are you looking forward to it? And what
I am. I look forward to every show. It's a different experience, different opportunities. I haven't done a lot of outdoor festivals before, so I think it's going to be a different vibe.
You did some filming today in Bournemouth with Mr. Shado. What was the filming you were doing?
It was just, you know, just capturing what we do on the regular. Obviously people know both of us for, you know, being completely independent and going out and, you know, on the solo most of the time and just, you know, pushing our music out to people directly. We've both sold thousands of our CDs and albums doing that. So we were just, you know, showing people how we promote, how we do it. You know, it's a little bit of fun, man.
Are you working on any new material for any new Zuby album on the horizon?
Just finished my new album. It's being mastered right now. It's called Commercial Underground 2. Coming At You was the first single from that. The next single is going to be a track called Stay in My Lane, which I'm currently working on the video for, trying to decide on a director and what idea we want. It's a pretty epic track. It's a very epic song. I'm actually going to be debuting it tonight live. So yeah, the album's done. It's ready. You get the artwork and all that sort of stuff sorted, but I'm looking to release that around August or September. It's definitely my best work to date, so I'm looking forward to getting that out there.
Cool. Where can people find it?
You can't yet.
Well, no, when it comes out, where
you'll know. It'll definitely be online. I'm sure we'll do. You know, we're going to do CDs as well for it. So I'll let people know when it's out. People know. Don't worry about that.
Night Shift magazine said a while ago that you could definitely get high acclaim commercial success. Okay. But is that something that you're after, or do you like being more of the underground urban rapper?
Do you know what? I wanna be at the stage where, you know, where I can live very comfortably, you know, purely off my music. I've got tens, hundreds of thousands of people who love my music and are supporting it. You know, where I can just tour whenever, and you know, I have sold out tours and all that kind of stuff. In terms of, you know what, I always say I'd rather have 100,000 people that absolutely love me and, you know, love everything I do, than a million people who are just kind of riding the wave of whatever's hot and don't really care about me, if you get what I mean. Like, of course, I want to reach as many people as possible, but I want to do that, you know, making the music I want to make. You know, at the end of the day, I can't be making songs that I don't like just to try to appeal to a certain audience, and I don't think you necessarily have to do that to reach those people anyway. You know, it's all about pleasing and, you know, making the people who already like you love you, rather than trying to please everyone.
And where can people find out more about you?
ZubyMusic.com, which is actually getting revamped right now, so the new website will hopefully be launched within the next month. I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com/ZubyMusic, Facebook.com/ZubyMusic, MySpace, if you're still using that. If you get lost, just Google Zuby, Z-U-B-Y. You can find out about me.
Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you.